Hello, friends. I'm Andrea Morris, along with my fabulous producer, Lukas Sluzar, and this is another edition of Spill the Wine, our podcast, which, of course, by now you know is all about wine. If you listen to the podcast from the very beginning, you will know that our first episode was episode number 1 with Nina Koolfrom Cornerstone. And guess what, folks? On episode 45, we are here back again. And this time, we have such a huge audience, Nina. We are heard in over 75 countries around the world.
I love that,
And Poland is on that list.
And Poland's on that list. That's great.
And because, folks, the reason I brought that up is because it's a Polish-run winery.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Jak się masz? Dobrze. You would think Poland would be the land of beer and vodka. So most people are surprised that a winery is run by a Polish family. But my parents, I guess they were less into drinking, more into farming. And we fell more into the agricultural side. And before we knew it, we were running a winery.
Well, hey, that's what happens, right? You're growing grapes, you're growing peaches, you're growing all this other fruit and vegetables. It's like you might as well do something else with it too.
That's right. Yeah, when we started growing grapes, my parents bought the farm in 1999. Just a little recap for those who hadn't heard episode 1 in a while. We purchased this 20-acre farm in 1999. About half of it was empty, so my parents decided to plant wine grapes, as at the time it was really expanding out of Niagara-on-the-Lake more towards this area and grape growing. What they didn't realize is that you should maybe get a contract to sell your grapes before they're ready to be harvested. You learn as you go. We ended up with a lot of grapes that we couldn't sell. And you know the Polish spirit. Nothing goes to waste. Everything gets used up. We had a lot of help from others, whether it was borrowing equipment, wineries telling us, hey, here's a tank. We don't have a lid for it, but if you can fashion yourself a lid, you can have the tank. Or here's a press. I can't figure out the hinges on it, but if you can, it's yours. So yeah, we kind of did that for a couple of years, sold some grapes, made some wine. And in 2005, we decided to really go full steam ahead with the winery. So in September, we celebrated 20 years of being open, which is really cool.
Still waiting for that big celebration party, but hey.
Yes.
Maybe it'll happen. 21's the lucky number.
21 is a lucky number.
Yeah. So we can do that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, 20 years. And what were the first grapes that you made wine from when you first opened?
I suppose technically Vidal. Vidal was the only wine grape on the property when we purchased it. We've tried to sort of date the vines. Our best estimates are mid to late 70s plantings, which make them pretty old. But Cabernet Franc was most of what we planted. Most of what we do is Cab Franc to this day. So that was our first real wine that we consider. We actually have a bottle of it up in the award case that we were looking at earlier.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was actually not only the first real wine that we made, but it was the first wine to win a medal. It won a bronze medal, which was a huge deal for us.
Yeah, for the first wine to win a medal, you're like, wow, we're onto something.
We're onto something, yeah. So yeah, Cabernet Franc is sort of the staple here in terms of production. Although we do some white wines, some rosé most recently. Fruit wines, of course. We still have 5 acres of peaches to work with. So, we're not going to let those peaches go to waste.
Well, what's the slogan here?
What my parents used to say is that if we can't eat it, we're going to drink it. And now we've sort of created our own. And we say at Cornerstone, nothing here gets wasted but us.
Great T-shirt.
I think that would be a great T-shirt.
I think so too. Or even to put it on the back of all your T-shirts.
Yeah,
Cornerstone.
Little tagline.
Yeah.
The peach wine I find most really, really interesting and also very good. So if people don't know about it, I'd recommend going back to our first episode and listening to it because we go a lot more in detail about how that even came to be. I think that's such an interesting story.
We might talk about it again on this episode.
Yeah.
You never know. Hey.
Well, you know what? Fizzy Peach is back.
Oh, yeah.
Which means...
Da-da-da-da-da, drum roll.
You're going to have to hear me talk about it again.
And just that, we should also do a little FYI for the listeners that if you like the podcast and you come into the winery for a visit, you might just run into me.
That's right.
Because I work here on the weekends. So yeah, see, you can come in and see both Nina and myself and drink some wine with us. Speaking of drinking wine.
Shall we?
Yes. We've got some different wines to try too, because the reason we're doing a second episode with you is because a lot of the wines that we covered in the first episode are no longer in existence.
That's right.
You're sold out of the port.
We are sold out of the port. There is a new one in the works, but as of right now, spring of 2026, we're still looking at another year and a half before it's ready. So
the port takes a long time.
It does, yeah. But good things take time.
Exactly, yeah. And also, what did we have? A golden hour? That has gone?
Oh, that's right, yeah. Golden hour, that was our Appassimento Pinot Gris, is all finished. I did take the last case home, just in case. But we are going to try another Pinot Gris today. We're going to try our 2023 Pinot Gris.
Great.
Which is
a silver award winner.
It is, yeah. It won silver at the All Canadian Wine Championships, which was really cool. This is our best-selling white. It's the Goldilocks white wine. It's just right. In terms of sweetness, I think it's about 10 grams per liter.
Which I think is deceiving because it doesn't taste that sweet except on the finish, I find.
Yeah. I find, if you need a wine to serve at a wedding or, a fundraiser or something, this white wine, you basically can't offend anyone with it. Everyone's going to be happy with this.
Beautiful color. It's very light.
It is. It's exactly what we were going for. We wanted not a boring white wine, but a white wine that is just right for any occasion. As much as we love making wines that are really unique and, like the Golden Hour, the Appassimento Pinot Gris, really out there. A lot of people who liked Pinot Gris did not like that wine, but that's okay. It was experimental. It was different. This, though, was a sort of return to what you can expect from Pinot Gris.
And Pinot Gris is the French style of making.
That's right, yeah. Pinot Grigio is more, I think, common globally. Most people think we've just misspelled it, to be honest. But Pinot Gris and Pinot Grigio, they're the same grape, but it's how you make the wine that sort of makes a difference.
Right.
Pinot Grigio is the Italian style. It's very crisp and clean and easy drinking and perhaps a little more citrusy. Pinot Gris is the French style, a little more aromatic, sometimes a little sweeter, sometimes barrel-aged, not in our case, and I think leaning more into stone fruit and floral notes and less citrus.
I was going to say, I'm getting a little honeysuckle on this.
Yeah. It smells like a blossoming orchard.
Oh, good one.
There's a fun fact I always like to give to folks when we're doing the wine tours. So I'm going to throw it out for the podcast as well. Because not only are Pinot Gris and Pinot Grigio the same grape, technically, genetically, Pinot Gris or Grigio, Pinot Blanc and Pinot Noir are genetically the same grape. They are mutations of each other. Something called the anthocyanins, which is basically the skin color of the grape. But the skin color determines almost everything in winemaking. So the result is vastly different wines from what is essentially the same grape.
Cool. You can go on Jeopardy now and take Pinot Gris for 200, Ken.
For 1,000, perhaps.
Okay, 1,000, yeah. Don't go big or go home.
That's right.
That term, would you call it the
anthocyanins?
Anthocyanins. Yeah, I would lose my Jeopardy on that.
Yeah, I couldn't spell it, so if it was...
yeah, exactly. Well,
it's like the melanin of the grape.
Oh,
think about it that way.
Mm.
Pinot Blanc is I suppose, the albino version. It has no pigmentation, no anthocyanins in the skin color. Pinot Noir has all of them. And Pinot Gris is kind of in the middle. It's the grapes can be kind of pinkish. They can look downright green. They can look dark. They can look anything in between. You can even have grapes in the same cluster that are different colors. Did I show you that picture of that grape, the individual grape in that cluster that's like half green? Okay, I'm going to pull up this picture real quick.
Okay. We'll have to take a picture.
We need a copy for sure.
We'll have to take a picture and put it on the website. Yeah.
All right. How's that Pinot Gris?
This Pinot Gris is lovely. It's light, it's refreshing. It's got that tiny little bit of sweetness on the finish. And it's just, I just find this wine to be like a perfect summertime patio wine. Oh, that's interesting. So in the cluster, there's white grapes, and then there's like blue grapes and other colors, and there's one grape that's both colors.
Check it out.
That's kooky.
Wild. So weird. That is odd. It's like a marble.
Look at that one.
That is crazy.
Nature is nutty.
Yeah.
Right down the middle.
And those are all from just grown right next to each other in the same row.
That's funny.
That's why they're not Blanc or Noir. They're that gray area, I suppose.
But yeah, if you're looking for a great summertime wine, this is definitely it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is right now, I think I mentioned, this is our best-selling wine. It gets the job done. It's $18.95. I love it.
Yep, it's perfect. Affordable, delicious.
Oh, yeah.
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 Well, we've got some more white wines to check out here, too. And this one, I know we're going to talk about Chardonnay for a little bit.
Okay, yep.
Because so many people, Chardonnay is one of the grapes that grows so well in this area. And, but yet you get people, it's a polarizing grape, I find, because you get a lot of people that come in and go like, I'll try anything but Chardonnay. But why? Because Chardonnay is such an amazing grape that you can do so many different things with. And here you have a few varieties of Chardonnay for people.
We do. Yes, the anything but Chardonnays, the ABCs of wine. I certainly think there was a trend where Chardonnays were done a certain way and you either loved it or hated it. And if that was your first intro into Chardonnays, maybe you've avoided it since. To all those people who feel that way, I do ask you to
reconsider.
Give it another shot. Go out and buy a Chardonnay. Maybe buy a local one. Support local.
Or at least try a Chardonnay. We know when you do a wine tasting, listener, it's all about like not just tasting the things that you normally love, but kind of like maybe taste 3 things you normally love and save that 4th one or the 5th one for something you've never tried or something you're not sure that you like, because it's a really great way to open your senses, open your palate, and to really discover things. And that's why you're doing a wine tasting, to not just be in a comfort zone, but kind of push yourself out a little bit and try something different.
Yep. So since we've been making wine, we've tended to do oaked Chardonnays. In 2020, we did an unoaked Chardonnay, naked Chardonnay, we called it. And it was a hit, and it sold very well. It surprised a lot of people who didn't like Chardonnays. And we did it again. So this wine, this new naked Chardonnay, is coming out this summer. Right now, as of spring 2026, you can't buy it. But for our VIPs, we're going to crack one open.
Woohoo! And also, by the time this podcast airs, it'll be available.
Yeah. And it's a screw cap. Not sure if you heard that crack, but...
Such a clear color on this, which you can tell because it's not oaked, so it doesn't have that deep yellow.
Yeah.
And of course, then you're not getting any of the caramel or the vanilla on the nose.
That's right. A little citrusy.
Nectarine?
Yeah. Citrus.
Yeah.
Stone fruit.
But not tropical.
No.
None of the typical flavors that you would expect from a Chardonnay.
Yeah, I mean, I do think they typically are oaked, and that's what people anticipate. But this ain't that. This is not that.
No, not at all. But yet it's very soft on the palate, and because of the area that you're in, you've got the soil here. It tends to have a little bit of sand in it, so it gives a little bit of softness to the wine, but it doesn't have that butteriness or
not at all,
or the caramelness. It's just
it finished with this nice acidity. Like this, I might like this one better than the Pinot Gris, but that's just my opinion.
It's more citrusy than the Pinot Gris.
Yeah.
The Pinot Gris is much more stone fruit, whereas this is a little bit more on the lemony,
I'm a big acidity fan.
Yeah, a little lemony tangerine. I'm really getting both of those flavors when I taste this, which is interesting for Chardonnay.
Yeah.
Because most of the time I'm finding pineapple or like the malolactic coming in. But this is very crisp and very very different. So if you're the listener that's not sure about Chardonnays, you should come here and try this.
Yeah.
Because it'll change your mind.
This bottle will retail at $21.95 when it's out this summer.
That's very, very reasonable for a Chardonnay.
If Andrea and I don't drink it all before then.
You can be sure we'll have to taste it with you when you come in. More than likely.
Yeah. Just to be sure.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
Now, speaking of summertime wines, you can't have a summer without a rosé.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think we should try Blush Hour 3.
Woohoo!
Blush Hour 3.
When we did our first episode, we were on Blush Hour 1, right? Yeah, that was 2 years ago. So I think we were on the very first Blush Hour because Blush Hour 2 came out after that. And now Blush Hour 3 is, because it's been 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it might have been Blush Hour 2.
No, I think it was 1.
Should we bet money and listen to the podcast after?
Ooh,
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay,
Let's do it.
how much do you want to bet?
I'll bet you $20.
All right.
Okay.
You're betting it's Blush Hour 1?
I'm betting Blush Hour 1.
I'm betting Blush Hour 2.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, it's on.
Lucas
It's
is
on.
like, okay, we will tell you in the show notes, listener, who won the bet. Or place your bet and then listen back to episode 1, and then we'll all be in on
find
this.
out. Yeah.
We'll
We're
look
all making
look for it
money
on
on this.
FanDuel. Now, Nina writes a poem for every label for the Blush Hours, for every vintage.
Yes, for every rosé. I don't do it for every label because I would.
No, for every label, then you would.
That's all I would be doing.
Yeah.
It started with our first Blush Hour in 2020. 2020, obviously everyone's favorite year.
Mm-hmm. Why? Did anything happen that year?
Listen, we all say for vineyards in Niagara, it was like the greatest year we've ever seen. For everything else,
Not so much.
Not so much.
Yeah.
So everyone was drinking a little more. And when I write the labels, I do, my really professional method is to drink a bottle of that wine and then write about it. I want to see what it tastes like with different foods in my fridge. Does it taste the same when you open it and when you finish it? Do the tastes change? I mean, this is all very professional data that I'm collecting.
And sometimes you need 2 bottles to do that.
Especially during, 2020. So I ended up drinking 2 bottles of wine, and my original Blush Hour label came out as a poem. And now I have to do it forever. But I don't mind. I like it. So that being said, this is Blush Hour 3. I'm going to read you the poem. Okay. Cabernet Franc from the vine, handpicked under sunshine. We've been loving this wine every day. Notes of watermelon, cherry, a hint of strawberry. It's a dry, light, and fruity rosé. Food pairings of breeze. Try it with soft cheese, like feta or triple cream brie. With a glass poured for you and the bottle for me, we'll be savoring Blush Hour 3. Thank you.
Very nice.
Let's try some rosé.
Woohoo!
So in the past, our Blush Hours were a blend of Cabernet Franc and Gamay. Our Gamay harvest in 24 was almost non-existent. So this blend is 95% Cab Franc and 5% Gamay. So
wow.
The Gamay is basically, there's not even enough of it to have to legally disclaim it. So
it's mostly a Cab Franc. It's a beautiful color.
yeah, almost a coral, not quite a salmon, not as orangey as a salmon pink, but a coral pink. And that's what we kind of go for with the Blush Hour.
I'm getting raspberry on the nose.
A little cherry too, but not a black cherry, not a sour cherry, but
It's just a regular cherry.
That's right.
Yeah.
When we're picking the first cherries of the summer, first week of July, and they're barely ripe, but you just want to try them. That's what I'm getting. Niagara cherries.
It's really refreshing.
It's only 2.5 grams per liter, I think. 2.5 grams per liter. So technically it's really dry, but the fruitiness is really what gets you.
It's like the perfect rosé.
I love it.
Yeah. Just great with or without food.
That's right.
Yeah. And summertime for me is rosé time.
Yeah.
Actually, any time is rosé time for me. I find that I like rosé a lot.
I think you and I just really like wine. You could have this basically with anything. Do you remember how many times this past summer we would recite the Blush Hour 2 poem?
Yes, I do. And
so we were doing it off by heart.
In front, yes, because we get at Cornerstone, there's a lot of bus tours that come in, and Nina and I would put on a show and dare each other to do the poem by heart.
Do you think we can do it?
I think we could.
Blush Hour 2 poem?
Ready?
So this is, folks, a throwback to your previous poem.
No, this wasn't even, because on the first episode, it was Blush Hour 1.
Or 2. We're going to find out. We're going to see.
Okay, ready? It's served chilled.
It's quite pink.
It's so easy to drink. It's our new favorite crushable wine. Serve it with some cheese.
Hold on.
Yeah, serve it with some cheese or some seafood.
Yes, please.
Either way, it's sure to shine. On the palate, you'll find strawberry intertwined with grapefruit and watermelon too.
With Cab Franc and Gamay
on a hot summer day, you'll be reaching for Blush Hour 2.
Yay, we did it. Okay, we still got it.
We do. We still have it. Now we got to learn this one together for the upcoming summer.
Yeah. Start practicing, going home,
I'm going
to
have to take a bottle home and memorize the label, so see. And then we'll be ready to roll. I got homework, yeah. The Blush Hour 3 is a really great summertime, anytime wine, really.
Yeah.
Really beautiful flavor, really beautiful color.
And I got to say, when you compare it to 1 and 2, it doesn't feel like it's missing the Gamay.
No, not at all.
It feels just as fruity.
But I like a Cab Franc rosé. So,
me too. Yeah. And Cabernet Franc is most of what we do. So there are years where we'll even, split the batch and do half of it as rosé, half as a red. There's years where the Cab Franc goes towards port or ice wine or late harvest so there's a lot of options with Cab Franc.
When's the last time you did a Gamay, just a plain Gamay here on the shelves?
Like as a red?
Yeah.
2017.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time. 2018
and 19 we have less than an acre of Gamay.
Oh, so that would be why, yeah.
0.75 acres. It's just a couple of rows. Mm-hmm. 18 and 19, the yields were nearly, non-existent. 2020 was pretty good harvest for Gamay. And we actually intended to do Blush Hour 1 as just the Gamay rosé. And of course, what do they say? Man plans and God laughs, right?
Yeah.
So we ended up having to mix some Cab Franc into the rosé because we kind of forgot about it, left it on the skins a little too long. Anyways, it all worked out. It was wonderful. And we've sort of kept that method since, making it a little darker in color. Sometimes things happen,
But it's funny because it looks darker in the bottle than it does in the glass.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Well, we do have a couple other wines to get going on here. So that's but we like to just, enjoy our Blush Hour.
That's right.
And now we move on to the wonderful worlds of reds.
Yes.
What are we going to start with?
We're going to do a wine that we actually don't grow the grapes for, but has quickly become one of our greatest hits. This is our 2020 Merlot.
Again, 2020, perfect year for grapes.
Yeah. These grapes were not from our vineyard, as I mentioned. A neighbor of ours, I don't need to recap 2020 for anybody. We were all there. He was meant to sell his grapes to another grower. They weren't able to take them. And he essentially called and asked if we wanted to buy them so that they wouldn't go to waste. We were able to do a little bit under lockdowns and restrictions. My parents own the winery. We all live on the property. And technically everything on the property is under our home address. So up until last year, the winery address was the address on my driver's license. So where else would I be other than there? So obviously we couldn't be open to the public, right? But we could operate in the vineyard and we can press grapes and we can harvest. So we could do these small things that a lot of wineries weren't able to do.
And had you ever bought grapes from this guy before?
Actually, yes. In 2010.
Whoa,
2010.
So in 10 years before you got them again?
Yeah, and we've been trying to get Merlot. We love Merlot. Like, if we could grow Merlot, we would, but it just doesn't do well in our vineyard. But we love making Merlot, drinking Merlot. So it's crazy. This guy doesn't have a cell phone, doesn't have email. You gotta call his house phone. And if he likes you, maybe he'll call you back. Maybe he'll put you on a wait list for like next year. And he called us in 2020.
Nice.
And he says, listen, I know you guys live on the property and you're able to do a little bit. These are the best Merlot grapes I have ever grown in my life. If you want them, they're yours. We were like, immediately, yes.
Yeah. How could you say no to that?
Yeah.
He made you an offer you couldn't refuse.
Right. He says, but they're not going to be cheap. I was like, that's, why would they be your best grapes and be cheap, right? We've been trying to get Merlot for a decade and it falls into our laps on like the best growing season we've had. So obviously, the price is going to reflect that. And that's fine. That's okay. So yeah, we said, the moment it's ready for harvest, let us know. We can come in. We'll pick it by hand. He says, no. Me and my guys will pick. That's fine. Maybe he's had people be rough with the vines in the past, or maybe he just wants to do it himself. So we said, no problem. When it's harvested, let us know. We can come and pick it up and we can start the crush right away. He says, no. Nobody comes on my vineyard. I'll bring them to you. And this guy's only like 2 kilometers away. So we're like,
okay,
whatever you want. Maybe you're the boss, right? But he kept saying, like, I guarantee you, I promise you, when these grapes get to you, they will be perfect. And he thinks they're going to harvest beautifully and then we're going to like chuck them into a truck and joyride here and, ruin them all. But after he delivered, we understood it because we were like, oh yeah, like this guy's not messing around. This is serious stuff. He's harvesting these shallow crates and it's a single layer of grapes. Everything's handpicked.
Wow, a single layer? That's crazy.
Every single grape in every single cluster was perfect. Anything, broken grapes, underripe grapes, everything was picked out of all of these bins of wine.
That's amazing.
It was...
I thought you were going to say each grape was like wrapped in paper towels. Like that. It's like,
no, but it was every... And his mentality is like, yeah, maybe it's like one underripe grape in a cluster, not a big deal. But if you have 1 million clusters going into your wine, you don't think 1 million underripe grapes could affect that?
So meticulous. When you say one layer, it's nothing is being like gravity pushed on the other.
That's right.
It's just...
It's not
That's crazy to think that you got grapes like that. Did you take a picture?
You know what? And I say this all the time. We're kicking ourselves because I take pictures of everything, and somehow I didn't take pictures of that. So
to me, it seems like something you'd want to make a painting of.
In the words,
it's like that perfect cluster. Like that to me would be like take that picture and then do a painting of it and have it on the wall because like that perfection in a grape is just something to actually like celebrate.
So I get now why he has why he's in such high demand, why he has the rules that he has, because he does not mess around.
Yeah.
In the words of Titanic, it exists now only in my memory.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
I'm actually going to refer to my book right now to find out exactly how much of that Merlot we had. Crush, Harvest 2020, okay. 3.5 tons. And not one imperfect grape. Like that's miraculous. Yeah.
Like
and I'm not saying anyone else is not, taking care of their grapes, but I've never seen anything on this level.
Then you know that the wine is going to be like exquisite because the care from the very beginning. The nose on that is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so for a Merlot, it's so fruity. And Merlots are generally not that fruity on the nose, but this is like punching you in the face with blackberry.
Yeah. I get like a blackberry vanilla.
Yeah, a little with some black cherry on the back.
Yeah. I don't get like a smokiness.
No, I don't get that at all.
The oak really comes through like really vanilla.
It's just all fruit that's coming with that little bit of vanilla.
Yeah, like fruit, spice.
Yeah.
I wish this was
like a pie.
Like a blackberry pie.
Yeah.
Mmm.
Oh, it's so smooth.
Yeah. I wish this was like a candle.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
See, you get it now.
Yeah.
I will say this is the first time I've smelled a Merlot that I've got that from that it's just so fruity and also it's not, I find Merlot a lot of times to be very light, but this is a little bit more full bodied. It's not full body, but it's got a little bit more body.
I think with Merlots, they kind of get this like reputation for being basic, I guess. I love it. It's really dry. It's only 2.2 grams per liter,
but the fruitiness on the nose is stunning.
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of a pattern with our wines is that they are not that sweet, but the fruit really balances.
Can you imagine this in like 5 years?
Should we start putting some cases away now? On episode 150, we'll come back.
There you go. You guys will be betting $100 because of the economy.
Yeah, with inflation, $100 will be like nothing.
Yeah. Let's hope not.
Yeah.
No, this is this 2020 Merlot is just, it's like the epitome of everything that is 2020. Yeah. Because 2020 was such a beautiful year for grapes, and some of the best wines I've tasted were from 2020.
Yeah.
And this is definitely, it is a bronze medal winner.
It is, yes. It was at the same wine show as our Pinot Gris and ended up winning a bronze medal at the All Canadian Wine Championships. So that was really exciting.
I'd be interested to know who won the gold, because to me, this is a gold medal winner.
Well, thank you. Well, we're coming for you, gold.
Yeah, we're coming. Let's resubmit. Come on. No, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm a really big fan of this one.
Yeah, I can see why.
Even people who don't like Merlots, I'll sort of sneak them a sample of this and not tell them what it is.
Mm-hmm. It's like when people don't like Chardonnays and you sneak them a sample
of the naked, yeah.
And they're like, oh, what is this? It's great. I love it. It's like Chardonnay. But that's the fun of wine tasting, is like really challenging yourself.
That's right. Speaking of 2020 Reds.
2020 Reds, another one. Woohoo.
This one will be coming out soon, which is funny because, yes, it is a 2020 that is coming out soon. It's not out yet.
6 years later, it still hasn't been released. That's cool.
I got time. I'm young. I won't be the next time we get our hands on Merlot, probably. But hey.
So this is another bottle that has a question mark on it.
Yeah. As I mentioned, in 2020, we got our hands on some Merlot. We also, from the same grower, got our hands on some Cabernet Sauvignon, which we have never, ever in 24 years of winemaking been able to use or get any Cab Sauv at all.
Wow.
So even looking at our Cabernet Franc in the vineyard in 2020, it looked good. It paled in comparison to this Merlot and this Cab Sauv. So we thought, you know what? At the time in 2020, we had 2016, 17, 18, and 19 Cab Francs on the shelves. And I thought, I'll be damned if I do another Cab Franc. So we did a blend.
Oh.
We did some Merlot on its own, we did Cab Sauv on its own, and then we blended Cab Franc, Cab Sauv, and Merlot.
So kind of a meritage.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's not called meritage.
This wine is going to be called Hindsight.
Because hindsight is 2020, which is very clever.
Very clever.
Thank you, thank you. And in hindsight, anytime we've done a red blend, it has been a hit. I know we were looking at some of the awards earlier. You see that bottle in the middle there that has that's falling over with awards?
Yeah.
That's the last time we did a meritage.
What year is that?
2010, last time we got Merlot.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Okay, so 10 years later.
So the last time we got that Merlot, it went into that blend.
Wow.
And people still ask about that blend. I'm like, That blend is old enough to get its driver's license. You guys got to move on.
Wow.
But I'm happy that people still think about it and still like it. So that propelled us to do a blend as well. Yeah. This is 50% Cab Franc, 30% Cab Sauv, and 20% Merlot, and 100%
amazing.
Tasty. Yeah.
Again, beautiful color on this. And nice nose.
And this is a fresh bottle.
Black cherry.
Black cherry. Yep. Yeah, it's a lot more Cab Franc dominant.
Well, because you got 50% Cab Franc on there.
Yeah. Anytime we do a blend, we will use Cab Franc as the backbone to sort of give it the structure. Not only because it's what we actually have on site, but I do think it's a nice kind of skeleton for the blend.
It's like the building block.
Yeah. Yep. The foundation.
The foundation of a good Meritage.
You got it.
Although the Cab Franc is forward, like the Merlot and the Cab Sauv really take it to this level that's mind-blowingly great.
Yeah. And it still tastes really young, which is, why you can see we're not in a rush to put it out for that reason. Mm-hmm. But eventually I'm going to have to let the people try it.
But you got to give the people what they want.
That's right.
Right? And what they want is going to be this.
That's right.
It's just and like most Meritages are more expensive than that, but this is just a really good wine that you could serve with a big steak.
This Hindsight Meritage from 2020 is going to retail at $24.95.
Great price.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention the Merlot is $34.95 and selling fast.
I think this would be really good with like a bison burger. Like this would
something a little bit like funkier,
yeah, even kebabs. Like
ooh, okay, yeah, I can see that.
It's a really beautiful wine. It's like it combines the best of all three. It's really like a great barbecue, like food wine, but you could still enjoy this on its own and it would hold up.
That's right. Like again, this is a fresh bottle, so it's it could do with being opened a little bit.
Yeah.
And especially when we compare it to the Merlot, you really get the Cab Franc right up front.
So if you aerated this or just left it opened it and just carafed it or something, it would speed up that process.
I like to just pour a glass and like leave it out for like 10, 20 minutes, come back to it.
That's funny. Let's place bet on if you could actually last the full 20 minutes.
Yeah.
No, that's why you pour a glass of that and then you pour another glass of the Merlot. While that one's aerated, you can have the Merlot and then the Merlot's done and then you have that.
Yeah.
Lucas, you are a genius. Yes.
I'm halfway through one bottle. I'm already opening the next one, letting that aerate.
Just I'm prepared.
Yeah, exactly, right?
I'm thinking ahead.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, we're going to wrap up with something completely different.
Yeah. We're going to throw it back to a wine that we did in the first episode that this wine actually brought a lot of people in from the first episode. And unfortunately, we had to disappoint a lot of people because it sold out so quickly. We couldn't make it fast enough, but it's back now. It's our beloved Fizzy Peach.
Woohoo!
Our peach wine in a can. It is back.
And to know for the listeners, this is my favorite for sure.
Yeah, yes.
And as far as like when we were starting this podcast, and still I'm very much learning, you know what I mean? I'm the one that's the novice to wine, but this one caught my attention right away. And I was looking forward to coming back for it.
The third incarnation.
You got it.
Is here.
I'm going to do what I did last time and... oh, nice. Crack it right by the mic.
Beautiful. It sounded good.
So as I mentioned in the first episode, we do grow 5 acres of peaches. So we have peaches that are imperfect, overripe, whatever the case may be. We actually grow, I think in the first episode I mentioned 11 or 12, maybe 13 varieties. Now we're up to 15 varieties of peaches.
Wow.
And the reason we do that is so that they are ripening throughout the entire season, from the earliest to the latest peaches. We have then peaches coming in every week that we sell at the farmer's market. They might not be the same peaches you had last week, but at least there's peaches every week. So all the peaches that are, bruised or imperfect or, birds have been picking at them or they're just maybe split pit, ugly, whatever. They're not pretty enough to sell. We use them to make wine. Because as we said earlier, what would make a great t-shirt?
Nothing here gets wasted but us.
That's right.
That's right. And I can attest to that.
So Fizzy Peach is a blend of peach wine and white wine. We use Vidal in this case. We find Vidal pretty neutral. It doesn't really compete with the flavors. And then we carbonate it and put it in 250 milliliter cans. So despite the fact that this looks like a small little drink, it's actually 11% alcohol.
Packs a punch.
Yeah, it gets the job done, that's for sure.
Small but mighty.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You're actually going to be the first pour here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You can imagine like the absolute ripest peaches, the ones that are like too ripe to even sell. Those are the ones that we use for Fizzy Peach. So they're as sweet and as ripe
They're
as
as sweet as they can possibly be.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. That's my favorite.
To me, this version of Fizzy Peach is the fruitiest of all of them. It's just, I almost get cidery from it because it's got that, it's so peachy. It's not as sweet as version 2, but it's just so
It's
rich
like aromatic.
And the peach flavor is just so prevalent, more so than sweetness.
Yeah.
And I find, to me, it tastes more like a cider than it does a wine.
Yeah. I mean, it was a hot summer and those peaches were gorgeous.
Yeah.
So we've come to a point now where even the 5 acres that we have is not enough to supply the demand for Fizzy Peach. So we're working now with our neighbors. You know, if there's a hailstorm in the summer or a really windy night and their peaches get knocked off the trees. We had a neighbor call us last summer and be like, hey, after last night's storm, not only did they have some breakage of the trees, they had peaches, just half the peaches on the ground. They said, if you want them, just come and bring a bin and take them because we aren't going to do anything with them. We're going to drive over them with the tractors. It's going to attract wasps and deer, and it's just going to be a mess. They're like, if you want them, take them. We were like, this is gold for us.
Yeah.
So
So you have like strawberry Steve, raspberry Rob. Now you need like Peter Peach.
Peter is my brother.
Oh, that's true.
Funny
Yeah.
enough, so is Paul. So
Yeah.
I guess
Okay.
we
So
have
Peter,
that.
Paul, Peach.
Yep.
Peter, Paul, and Peach.
The Polish plumbers. You got it.
No, but you can see why this flies off the shelves.
Yeah.
Because, people come in and they're like, oh, a pool party. I don't have to have bottles. I can have cans. And it's great.
Yeah.
Well, like a few years ago, it was like those like grapefruit radlers that were like really popular. This is like such a, I don't know, I'd like this more than anything.
And the Rattler is like 2.5%. This is 11.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
It packs a punch.
Yeah.
And it's just, but it's, I find that this one is great because it's not overly sweet.
I love it.
It's got the right amount of sweetness, the right amount of peachiness, and you can put it in your purse and go into a movie and
Pop it in your pocket.
pocket it and be like, oh, hey, hi.
Take it on the GO train.
Yeah.
For example.
Or even Center Island, just go to the beach and just, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think the main thing though is like it's compact and you can, it's easy to go on a picnic with it. I think for that.
If you're on a
summertime.
boat or something, it's like it's just that little bit of, it's like sunshine in a can.
That's right. And it is high in alcohol. You can always cut it too. Like you can have it with some Prosecco or some soda water or like poured over ice or
Vodka.
that's what we do.
I know, yes.
One drink.
Cut it with vodka. You can cut it with Prosecco and cut it with vodka. It's like,
It's fine.
It's fine, yeah.
The only thing we cut is sweetness. So, But yeah, it does. We did consider making them like more of a spritzer type, but we ended up just, leaving it full alcohol. We couldn't see ourselves watering it down.
Well, and also because you use fresh fruit in all of your canned beverages, it just gives it, the taste is just right there. You can taste the fruit, like in your Razzler and also in your tart cherry. And then just for the listeners, there's going to be a surprise coming this summer as well.
Ooh, yeah. So when this airs, it still won't be out. But for anyone who might be in Beamsville, perhaps in August of 26, we do have a watermelon wine in a can coming. It's in the works right now. It still has a way to go. wine always has to get worse before it gets better, I say. That one's going to be really good. I'm really excited. My husband and I actually planted the watermelons ourselves. Because we don't have enough to do in the summer, right? We planted, how many plants? 300 watermelon plants, which ended up harvesting about 1,200 watermelons.
Wow.
The heaviest one that we weighed was just shy of 30 pounds. 29.8, yeah. I don't know what we got ourselves into with that. What we realized is the easier the fruit is to grow, the harder it is to process. So we had to cut each melon open. Right. I sent my dad and my husband to the thrift store to buy every hand mixer they could find to try to, get the juice and the good stuff out of the watermelons. But, 1,200 watermelons, you cut them in half. Now you got 2,400 halves to cut open. We went through, I think, 6 or 7 hand mixers.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm not going to use mom's good one.
Right.
I'm going to go buy like $5 cheap ones.
Yeah, you don't want the KitchenAid.
Because we kept breaking them.
Yeah.
With watermelon.
That's crazy.
It's a lot to process.
Yeah.
I can't wait to try that.
So yeah, really exciting. And that one, I believe, is probably going to be about 9 or 10% alcohol as well. So
well, see that, listener? You got something to look forward to this summer at Cornerstone.
That's it.
We've got like all the evaporating wines and the great steak wines and
fruit wines,
the boat wines. It's like everything you want is right here in one place.
Yeah. For the record, 3 of these cans of Fizzy Peach is the equivalent of a bottle of wine. So don't drink a 4-pack in a sitting.
Or do. If you're like on the beach, you want to do it, just do it. Yeah. You do you. Nina, always great to speak with you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming, for letting us be here for episode 2 with you. And I think it's really cool that you have so many new things and there's so much evolution in the winery. And that's what's great about this area, listener. You just can't come once. You've got to come again and again and again and just keep visiting because there's so much going on here in the area. And speaking of visiting, be sure to visit our show notes because we will have pictures of all the wines and some recaps and a link to the website. And also, don't forget to like and follow Spill the Wine on Facebook. We are Spill the Wine Podcast. On Instagram, we are Spill the Wine _podcast. And we also have a website, which is spillthewine.ca. You can email us there and ask us any questions that you want at contact@spillthewine.ca. And we will be more than happy to answer them for you. Also, speaking of summertime, which is coming up, if you want to do some wine tours with yours truly, you know what? Contact me on spillthewine.ca and we can arrange something really cool to do a Spill the Wine tour, personalized just for you to go around and visit some wineries and see what's going on in the area. We are so happy that you were there with us from the very beginning, Nina.
Yay!
And you're here with us again halfway through. And 75 countries later.
That's incredible. I love
we
that.
are like so thrilled that you believed in us from the beginning and that you are still a follower. And
I love it.
And a big supporter of the podcast. Can't thank you enough for that. Thank you, listeners, for being here for us as well. Be sure to tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies, tell everyone that you meet to listen to Spill the Wine because it's a great way to learn about wine and a great way to, plan a trip.
Yeah, and we're going to find out who won that bet.
Yeah, because I think it's going to be me. So thanks again for listening, and we're just going to say cheers. We'll see you next time.